Hey everybody, welcome back to, well, fat fingers in the way. Welcome back to Mass Pundit TV. In this video, I'm going to be going through game week 15 and giving my score predictions for every single Premier League game that is happening this week. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So first game, obviously, is Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Had this the half-12 kickoff. I've already done my preview and prediction for that, so you're going to have to check that out separately on the channel. So we'll move on from that one and go straight to Everton versus Forest as the first one. Okay. Now, this is a difficult one to predict. Forest obviously got the win against Wolves the last game. You know, they're in a relegation fight, but, picking up the points recently under Sean Dyche. Everton, not been great recently, have they? They have not been great. But they did get the win against Man United recently as well. Lost Newcastle, beat Bournemouth. I'm going to go with 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw, I think, is a fair result there. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad result for either team either, to be honest with you. Okay, Newcastle versus Burnley. Newcastle coming off that 2-2 draw with Tottenham. Probably should have won that game, I'd say. They get Spurs back into that. Burnley, they need to start picking up points desperately. They're definitely in big danger of going down. It's at home for Newcastle. I'm going to say a 2-0 win to Newcastle. Sorry, Burnley fans, if there's any watching. I just can't get past Newcastle. I think they'll get the 2 points, comfortable 3 points there with a 2-0 win. I said 2 points, I meant 3 points. Man City versus Sunderland. Okay, Man City. They're hanging on. They're hanging on in recent games. Obviously, the game against Leeds was a 3-2 win. The game against Fulham, absolutely mental, was 5-4. I mean, they've conceded 7 goals in 2 games and won both of them still. Sunderland obviously coming off the point against Liverpool, did very well. Could have won that game. Chiesa with a block on the line. Florian Wirtz's shot was an own goal. Florian Wirtz did very well to get the shot on target, though. His footwork was very nice there. Sunderland, I mean, again, they gave us problems as well. Arsenal, we got a draw with Sunderland, 2-2 draw. A draw with Liverpool they beat Chelsea. I think Man City are just going to hold on, though. I'm going to say 3-2 to Man City. Yeah, they're just surviving at the minute, and yeah, that's what the big teams do, innit? They're under pressure and they still find ways to grind out results and win games. Haaland's obviously the difference maker. Foden's starting to get back to his best. So yeah, I'm going to say a 3-2 win to Manchester City. Is that it had as well, so that's a big advantage. Okay. Tottenham versus Brentford. The Thomas Frank derby. Thomas Frank against the dude that worked under Thomas Frank in Keith Andrews. The Spurs need to start winning games. They really do. Brentford done very, very well this season. Much to the surprise of some people. Igor Thiago, I mean, what a season he's having. Yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant this season. For set pieces and young throw-ins, we know they're a threat. Spurs are at home. Their home form's not been great, though, Spurs. They've actually been better away from home than they have at home. I'm going to go with another draw here. I think a 2-2 draw. Yeah, and again, good point for Brentford. That Spurs need to start picking up points, though. Right. Next up, Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Right, Bournemouth are starting to fall off a little bit. They're, I think they've only got one win in their last 5, something like that. Yeah, it's not been great for Bournemouth recently. Chelsea coming off the they had the good result and they had a good performance against us with the draw against Arsenal when they went down to 10 men. That was a great result for them after the red card. But then 72 hours later, they lose to Leeds. 3-1 win to the Leeds there. Poor performance from them. I think they should still have enough to beat this Bournemouth side, though, with recent form. Obviously, bad runs of form comes to an end eventually, unless you're Wolves, apparently. Sorry, Wolves fans, but, you know. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 win to Chelsea away from home. Again, good result for them. Okay. Next up, we have, speaking of Leeds versus Liverpool. Right. Leeds. Daniel Farke changed up the system. He went to like a 5 at the back against Chelsea. It's worked very well there. If they stick with that system, they're in with a good shout at winning here. I mean, it's a very hard place to go. The crowd's going to be up for it. Liverpool, Scott desperately needs a win to save his job. I think if he loses, he's out of a job. Man, I've backed Liverpool so many times, and they've let me down for the last time there. I am saying this might be one of the first times I've gone against them. 2-1 win to Leeds. I think Leeds United they're gonna nick it. Yeah, I just think Liverpool all over the place at the minute. Brighton versus West Ham. Okay, Brighton, as I mentioned earlier, in the Arsenal video that I just recorded, lost 4-3 to Aston Villa. Good offensively, poor defensively. West Ham, they're in a relegation fight as well. He looked very poor against Liverpool, but got a decent draw against Manchester United. I think United getting them off the hook a bit. Could have gone killed off the game, and they didn't. And West Ham made them pay for it. I'm going to say a 3-1 win to Brighton. I think Brighton, again, home advantage. I think Brighton will be able to catch the 3 points there. Fulham versus Palace. In one of the this is one of the worst Super Sundays ever, by the way, that I've ever seen at Eust. But yeah, I mean, the Man United Wolves game should probably be on Super Sunday, but no, it's Brighton versus West Ham and Fulham versus Palace. But anyway, no disrespect to those teams, of course. Fulham versus Palace. Palace starting to drop off a little bit as well. They did get a win in their last game. But obviously they had the loss against Manchester United. Fulham, as I said, had that absolute crazy game, 5-4 against Manchester City. One of the most mental games I've ever watched. London derby as well. I fancy Fulham in this game, you know. I do. I don't know. I have a feeling Fulham are going to win this game. I'm going to say another 2-1. 2-1 to Fulham. Yeah, I have a feeling they'll win this game. Don't know what it is. But yeah, I fancy Fulham. And then finally, Wolves versus Manchester United. Right. Amarim's also in trouble here, so he needs a win. Wolves, pretty much as good as down at this point. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think they're in a relegation fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not looking good for them. It would be the most Manchester United thing to give Wolves their first win of the season. They're looking a bit better under Rob Edwards, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. I'm going to say a 2-0 win away from home for Manchester United. Yeah, 2-0. I don't think Wolves will break Derby County's lowest points tally record, but it might be close. It might be close. I'm expecting them to get like 15, 16 points, somewhere around that. But that's being generous. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Rumour has it gives you good luck for your team this weekend. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff as I just said. And take care and enjoy the football.